Hello.
Hello, Alex. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. I need to get these earphones.
Dialed in? Yeah, I got you. See gallery view on here. All right, cool. Both loaded. Okay, I'm not hearing you. Yeah, no audio. Okay. There we go. Heard
Oh,
some
oh,
tapping.
oh, no. Okay. Oh, never mind. I don't need to go back in and out. Cool. Sweet. Do you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yay. Awesome. Cool.
Cool, man.
Why is there this extra Alex Hwang in here?
I don't know. I was wondering. I was like, sure, I'll admit both of you.
How did how is
I
this
don't know.
happening? Um. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. All right.
Let's boot that
Oh,
guy
no.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. There we go. That
Some
worked out.
imposter.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, nice to meet you. Good afternoon, right? For you
Yeah, it's
guys?
pretty close. Pretty close. It's
Yeah.
11:30. So
Okay.
still morning,
Wait,
technically.
where are you?
In Central Texas, about 2 hours from
Central Texas.
Austin. Hmm.
Got it.
Yeah,
Cool.
I went and saw you guys at the Stubbs Indoor in
Yes.
Austin, and that's
Yes.
about a 2 hour drive from us. So that's how I relate
Wow.
everything is to the venues I like to play in Austin. That's
Yeah.
where.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so we're. I'm actually out in the country. I'm not in any. There's no city here other than the little Main
That's
Street
beautiful.
strip. Yeah.
Uh-huh. How long have you been out there?
Oh man, I grew up out here.
Mm-hmm.
I've lived in Austin a little bit. I lived in Dallas a little bit, and just keep coming back here. I like the slow down version of everything. I
Yeah.
mean, technology is everywhere. So, as far
Yeah.
as like jobs and stuff, it's all still down here. But I'm loving it. And you grew up in LA, yeah?
I did. A little suburb, San Fernando Valley, a little north of the actual city, LA proper. But yeah, born and raised
Hmm.
in
See, I'm
LA
not
area.
adjusted to
Yeah.
that at all.
Yeah. 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 I don't. I think I'm used to it. But I think after touring the country many times, um, I don't know. I feel like you kind of just see you can kind of adapt to anywhere. I think I would hate it if it was like full city, like a New York. I just actually would rather slow down rather than speed up in terms of living.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Like,
Yeah, so when I met you guys, it was kind of interesting. You'd given a little background on sort of growing up in the church and stuff, and I really related to that because my community is like more churches than anything, you know.
yeah. Okay.
And I think it's really great because we would always stay with friends, and we'd end up going to different churches and sort of seeing different denominations and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And when you handed out the pamphlets at the
Yeah. Yeah.
show, that was the kind of a really nostalgic experience because I remember having those in my hand and through the boring parts of church, I'd be drawing on them, but all the while, kind of
Yeah.
keeping up with everything.
Yeah.
And I just, that was a really cool way to integrate sort of that, sort of secular side of music or whatever into sort of a
Hmm.
spiritual setting, sort of combine the two. That was really unique. I'd never experienced anything like that. That didn't feel like a gimmick. Do you know what I
Thanks.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like it feels like it's so forced. Some people tried to use the cross as like some sort of image, whether positive or negative, and I just felt
Hmm.
like, the combination of just like, no, we're here as a community, And that's what
Hmm.
this is, keep
Hmm.
up. This is what we've got planned for you guys. And it's really
Yeah.
cool. So when you wrapped up this tour, it
Yeah.
was right kind of at the cusp of all this crazy stuff,
Yeah.
and nobody
Yeah.
could have seen this coming.
Yeah.
Did you feel sort of grateful for that opportunity to sort of get it all out, or are you still sort of in a position where you just want to keep getting out there and keep hitting hitting the circuit, or are you kind of in a place where
Oh
like, thank
yeah.
God?
Actually, it's equal parts like super. We feel really grateful that our tour ended at the time we did, so that we got all our dates in. Um, because I know a lot of bands that I know, and just looking around, like so many people had to cancel so many amazing tours that they were geared up and ready for. And we had also just within the band, we were thinking of actually going to Korea to kind of just see what we could do out there, and definitely looking to tour a little bit more and like gear up for the summer and fall. So yeah, we were pretty bummed, but I think I feel like we've pivoted in a way to kind of adapt to this situation. So, and I think it did help that we got the entire tour in, so that we didn't feel any regret, or we felt really grateful to even do that and get all of our merch, get all of our shows in, and kind of have that be the momentum into anything that we're doing now, um, as opposed to have to kind of play catch up. So yeah, we were really happy. I think it worked out well, and yeah, couldn't have been a better like first tour like that.
Hmm. So the whole thing ended up being great for you guys. I mean, the Austin show felt really great, but I continued to watch you guys on Instagram, and it just seemed like y'all had really great audiences throughout
Mhm.
the tour. It felt like.
Yeah, I felt like we were uh, so I like what you said about like trying to some people try to bring the cross and make it a little bit too gimmicky. I felt like the pamphlet and the kind of mindset we had throughout the tour was kind of just be as um, authentic to ourselves, as well as just kind of put markers during the show to kind of bring us more present into the show. So I felt like we were just in the moment a lot more, and feeling, rather than looking ahead, or kind of seeing what could have been. And for that reason, I felt like we really did everything we could to kind of uh, remember who we are, and that kind of made for a really great, I guess, atmosphere for every single show that we had, whether it was a low turnout or a high turnout. So it felt like the pamphlet thing. I really liked it because it wasn't necessarily I was trying to hit anybody over the head with what we believe. It was just like that's how we grew up, and it was a part of our life in a way that um, felt like Saturday morning cartoons, or whatnot. And if but also knowing that there was a lot of weight to it, and so not just just throwing it out there like it's nothing. It definitely was hopefully a conversation starter for those that like yourself that grew up with it. It could be something to kind of latch on to, and talk about and remember the show. And it helped us to remember our shows, because I feel like sometimes we forget that we are playing all these shows. And I think even me typing in every single city and venue into each of those pamphlets kind of helped to cement that we were there, and we had fun, and this is the memory. So it was like it was a great tour, and I felt like we were building momentum to kind of hopefully see what it will look like further down the line. But also in a band in our position and our level, it's hard to kind of sustain headlining tours always, and you're always kind of also looking for support tours. But it's like a catch 22, because if you get all the support tours, then it's hard to build up any numbers to pitch to venues about what your numbers are like, because all your numbers just kind of get eaten up into the main act.
Hmm.
So, but then you can't like really get headlining tours unless you have something really big going on. So I knew, and we knew as a band, that we wouldn't get the opportunity to do like whatever we wanted on a tour the way we did on the Lonely Weather tour. So all of these
Yeah.
things kind of played into making making sure that we not just went out and booked the tour, but like, yeah, really stayed present and did all that we could to make it an experience for the fans as well as us to kind of remember. So in that sense, it was, yeah, it was a really it was a memorable tour.
That's great because I had always wanted to see you guys live, and doing it had never lined up for me. I had tried South by Insane. I never go into South by, and I
Yeah.
noticed you did a set a couple back. I think maybe it was even the year before.
Hmm.
No, I think it was a couple years back, but I had missed that show. And so I finally got to see you guys, and I was just like, "Man, this is amazing!" You know, this is. I'm glad I experienced that.
Yeah.
You know, it just felt different. It felt like you guys were handling it different. It just the way that I could tell this wasn't something that you did year after year. That this was a new way to present who you guys were, especially being that it was kind of back down to the three of y'all, and just sort of using I guess the elements of all of your old music combined with your new stuff and really laying out sort of a history. I mean, it just felt really, really special to have captured it at that time. And it seemed like I felt that difference. Like I said, I'd never seen you before, but the way that the connection was happening, it was like, there's no way this is a repeat thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was really great, man. I'm just, anyway, to get that off the table and kind of get reconnected. I know you guys have stuff coming out tonight, so
Yeah. Or it's out right
it's out
now,
right now.
actually.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right,
As we speak, I'm looking at what is it? Yeah, we're getting some, yeah, getting some stuff.
some feedback.
Um, yeah, we just had our the music video released at 9 a.m. here, so 40 minutes ago, and then the track has been out. I think Spotify does it East Coast time, so it's been out since midnight
Hmm.
last night. And so it's been out. We're just trying to like checking the numbers, seeing what's going on.
Cool. Yeah, the
Um,
video looked like a lot of fun. You guys kind of roaming the empty streets.
yeah, actually, it's where I work part time as a coffee shop barista, and then because like obviously because of the shutdown, there's no one there,
Hmm.
and so my coworkers are also filmmakers, and we were all just like, let's just shoot a music video. There's nothing else to do. We have some hazmat suits from like a Halloween from 2 years ago, and we are all fans of and I've been forgetting his name recently, but so P.T. Anderson, the guy who's done like Boogie Nights, what else has he done? He did Punch Drunk Love. He's a filmmaker. He's done these like one take music videos in his early career, as well as the guy who directed Children of Men and some other movies, and they did all these like one take shots that looked epic and choreographed and like the movie 1917. And so we were just like, come on, let's just try something small scale and see if we can make it work. And since there was no one there, we could do full takes without people bothering us or interrupting. And so we were able to get like a really special like one take video with the rain and just things kind of just lined up perfectly for that afternoon of when we did it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the response to spiders in general, how have you guys kind of seen a little bit of help since touring? I mean, when you're releasing this versus past releases.
It's actually a special thing. Well, one second, almost there. We had to. It's different because we got dropped by our label right at the end of our tour.
Hmm.
So it wasn't necessarily a surprise. We had been kind of shopping around previous to right around like about like a couple months after like everybody left from uh, half of the band left. We were actually trying to figure out like what's our next step if we needed to kind of find a new home for the sound because after the second album, Runner High did really well, and then the for you know combination of reasons like the label and us like breaking up, um, there was just no momentum going into our second single for that album, and so it was like back to the drawing board. Let's do this again and see what happens. And we didn't know if network or if we were a good fit. But then when we were writing songs, it was during the time when, half the band left. So we were still trying to figure out our sound. And I think around that time still, like, I don't think other labels wanted us, and it didn't seem like a good fit. So we kind of came back to Network, our label, with our tail between our legs, and said, "Hey, we have a couple songs. Would you guys like to, like, would you help us out?" And they were okay. They've always been fans of us as since the beginning. So it was just that we had kept pivoting our sound. So we went from folk, which is what they signed, and then we went into rock, which is they never had like an alt rock band, and they did have a little success with us, but it was like new territory for them. And then now all of a sudden we're coming out with this other stuff, like kind of more popular things. So they did all that they could, and they definitely were excited for the stuff that we were doing. But I think we were growing up now, like personally, like I have a wife, Sally and Daniel, like, we're trying to figure out how to do this long term, and it's not the same band as before. So, and our output of music is now not as traditional. It's like not like a full album. Okay, let's wait and let's go on the cycle and then let's tour. And no one's really doing that right now. And as we were putting out music at a rate that was a little bit more faster than what a label can kind of handle, because like, so for example, it's like we wrote Wake Up last summer, and then they decided to like, okay, they got really excited and they wanted to do the radio promo campaign. And a radio promo campaign could last from minimum like 3 months to then 6 months to a year. And so you're kind of just banking on this one song to hit. And if you don't bank on it, oh, then, in a year, like do something else. We didn't have like a year to just wait on one song. Like if it doesn't hit, then we need to keep going. And we had a bunch of songs, and we had Lonely Weather. We had all these songs, and we weren't allowed to release them, because then in the label's eyes, it kind of cannibalizes one song to have two songs in the same lane. And so we came to an agreement that during the Lonely Weather tour, we would only promote Wake Up to the radio stations. We would hire, the label would hire a new radio promo team to kind of push Wake Up. And they said, if we can break Wake Up during this tour, then like hold off on releasing Lonely Weather, the song. And then by the end of it, it didn't break. Obviously, it's only a month, so like we couldn't have, like, we didn't expect it. It was kind of weird that they would because our position was, hey, we're gonna release Lonely Weather now. It's been about 6 months since Wake Up, and they said, if you release Lonely Weather, we're gonna drop you. They're like, okay, can you give us a better option? Like if and they were like, okay, we'll put in more money to Wake Up and hire some people and try to push Wake Up. And and the bigger picture didn't do much. It did bring a couple more streams, and a lot of those radio stations kind of streamed it a little bit on their radio stations, but it didn't hit like big numbers. We, like Daniel, Sally, and I got like, I don't know, $300 more each that for this period from that, but they spent like 20,000 or 17,000 on a radio campaign. So all that is a long-term thing. Like now that they did that, they're like, okay, and they don't have to really, they already have our back catalog. They have both of our albums. They have Mr. Brightside streaming like 30 million. So this is a small little gamble for them, as opposed to for us. It's like, if this doesn't work out, then we don't have anything.
Yeah, and you're on hold in the meantime.
I have to work. Yeah, exactly. So I think, it was a mutual thing dropping us. So long story short is like, now that we were back to the drawing board just on ourselves, it's like we had to do this all on our own during quarantine. Like, how do you promote a single when you can't go out on tour, when you can't go to radio stations, when you don't have a big radio budget, and you're trying to find some kind of distribution deal? So all of that was happening while we're like, okay, we weren't even going to release Spiders. I think Spiders, because of the music video that I shot with my coworkers, it became okay, let's use this song as the first single, because it has the elements without we didn't spend any money on it. So and then it's different. It's definitely like we're doing this on our own, and it feels like um, yeah, it's just us and our fans trying to figure this out. And then it just feels weird today and yesterday, just like having to promote it all the while, like Minnesota is up in flames. And, it's just
Yeah.
like, how do you like it's just like, how do you stay hopeful and how do you be like, yay, come check our new music out. Everything's going to be shitty.
Yeah.
So,
No, man. No, it's not. It is just this is all now. These things have always been happening. They've always played out, especially in our country's
yeah,
history. Music's always been, uh, you know, sadly, music's never been on like the forefront of people's mind when they think about a revolution. But I think when people go to write songs, they're writing to sort of change the hearts of man, in a lot of ways. But yeah, it is. It's the timing of it sucks as far as news and stuff. But I think people are sort of glued to social media right now, and you guys are doing a fantastic job of making yourself relevant.
yeah,
I would say even more. I mean, I'm getting more of your stuff now through you and through like your emails and stuff. Just through your Instagram, seeing more of you, I think, than the record label did for you guys. In all honesty, so I think
nice.
it's probably a better thing that you're figuring this out on your own, I guess, to give yourselves the creative control, where
Yeah,
you end up with
yeah,
what you deserve. So
yeah, yeah,
it's really incredible to me that more record companies aren't interested in at least Wake Up. I mean, that's such a catchy ditty. It's done
yeah,
so right.
yeah, yeah.
So
I also I think whether labels are into it or not, that the behind the scenes is that we have a lot of baggage. Like if a
mhm.
label wants us, they don't get our back catalog. They just get Spiders, honestly, because if they want Wake Up and all these songs, their network owns them, so they would have to buy that in order to like kind of make money from us.
Yeah.
So us as an investment on to other labels is it's really how well we do with Spiders, how well we do in the next couple months in terms of like
Hmm.
the things that we do, and for us too, it's like, do we even want to give it up anymore? Do we want to sign with the label for them to own our masters in order for them to, yes, there's a potential for them to grow us, but we're giving up our rights as well to then another company, and then so we don't really own anything that we make. And so it feels, as much as it is now, um, grassroots. At the end of the day, yeah, like you said, we're in control of it. You're seeing us, and it's our responsibility. We can't blame a label now for the success and failure of
Hmm.
what we put out. So I think we're in a good place, and we're learning exponentially what it takes to like take ownership of the the songs and the content that we're putting out. So yeah, we'll see. I think hopefully those songs will pay back, and then we'll get back some control over those songs. But in the meantime, we have an album's worth of songs that we want to push forward and show labels and show people that we should be doing this. So,
Yeah. In the meantime, I've noticed you've gotten quite good at cooking.
yeah. I'm getting quite good at documenting
Documenting.
my wife's cooking. I am completely like a line cook and just a taste tester.
Yeah, you're selling it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My wife is the cook. She's really great at it. I'm just really good at enjoying it and presenting it. So I know my role, and we're gonna try and do some more videos. We did order like a tripod, so we're gonna see if we can make this show off more of her creative side. So
I love
yeah.
it. Yeah, that food looks so good, man. She's got it down. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here watching you eat it, and I always like when I'm watching you guys, I'm at work or whatever, away from food. I'm like, oh, so good. I'm so envious. I'm calling my wife, like, please make some dumplings. I don't know how to do
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, get on Alex's Instagram.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I
I
got
know
I gotta
that
send some links. So,
yeah. Cool. Yeah. I'll be watching that food show for sure. Also, I was listening
yeah.
to an interview a few months back. I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago. You were talking about getting a dog, and I noticed this morning. Did you get the dog that you were
Oh no,
shopping for?
that's no.
Oh,
We really want a dog, but that's Sally's brother's dog.
hmm.
Um, yeah, that's a
Had
cute
kind of a
one.
poodle mix in it.
Yeah, it feels like, yeah. I do. I have a dog, but it's our family dog, and my dad loves it more than me. So
Hmm.
and he needs my dog Kobe. So we see him sometimes when we go back, but oh yeah, I'll try to like show him off a little bit more in the Instagram. But yeah, Susan and I definitely. I feel like Susan really wants a poodle.
Hmm. The
Cause
hypoallergenic is what you're
allergic. Yeah, the hypo. Yeah, yeah, but
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah, we might pull the trigger. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah,
It's tough. Yeah, it's a tough time. I was like, man, you got that dog though. That's cool. But
I know, right?
yeah.
I wish.
But hey, at least you have access to a sort of poodle, poodly dog.
Yeah,
Those are good
yeah.
dogs, though.
It's great.
Good loyal dogs.
Yeah. Yes.
I
Do you
love it.
do you have any dogs?
My dog passed away about 9 months ago. I had a
Oh, I'm so sorry.
German Shepherd Golden Retriever,
Oh my
and
God.
yeah, the most loyal of loyals.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Double loyal.
yeah, I'm not sure what happened. He had a seizure in the night, and I found him in the
Oh
morning,
no.
deceased. So, well, I have no explanation. I couldn't really do an autopsy, but he,
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully it was peaceful. But he was a great dog, and I don't think I'm gonna get one for a while. I have kids, and
Yeah.
he came to me, and I raised
Mm,
him for about 8, 9 years, and
mm,
then that happened, and it really I have my kids, and I feel like that's so much responsibility to be in there all the time.
yeah. Yeah.
I love dogs though. I do.
Yeah. 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 How old are your kids?
I have my oldest is 13. He's
Mm,
going into 8th grade this year,
mm.
and then my 11-year-old is going into 6th grade this year. Going down the line, I've got a 5th grader boy, a second grader girl, and then a 2.5-year-old. So, what you call a plethora of
Oh,
children. There's 5 of
wow.
them.
Yeah. You don't need a dog at all then.
No,
Dang.
no, I raised Pluto, like he was my own. But like I
Yeah.
said, he came to me, so it was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
all right, come
Yeah.
on in here, buddy. But
Wow.
yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and I actually gave up music and playing live and all that to sort of raise them. So kind of
Mm,
bringing another animal or just another life into ours seems
yeah.
like a neglectful situation. Like it's going to end up being a neglectful situation, which is kind of what music became for me. It was like
Yeah.
once the kids came, I continued to write about them and produce the music myself and put it out there again. No record label or anything
Hmm.
would touch me because I have no
Hmm.
capital, coming from nowhere.
Yeah.
But I realize I'm spending way more time focusing on this than I am teaching them music or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I found this podcasting is kind of my medium. I can still sort of stay in the loop of the things that I'm really interested in. I'm totally captivated by the life of a musician, and especially the
Hmm.
people in your position that have toured again and again and have sort of
Hmm.
seen the label side plus the independent side, and I'm here to
Yeah.
learn. So
Yeah.
this was something that I really pursued to learn. I
Mm.
really thought maybe playing music, being in the position of producing and stuff, I would gather all these essential skills to be able to maybe own a label or send a band on tour or whatever. And I sort
Mm.
of just realized without ever having the capital or the backing or just anything to really pursue that, I need to shift
Yeah.
my focus. And this is a way for me to not only stay in the loop, but also give back to bands that I like.
Yeah.
And I appreciate, the art. I appreciate the attitude, whatever it is. And so with this podcast, it's just a promotional platform. Bands can get on
Mm.
here for free, and I can talk about them and hopefully sell their music to my listeners. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a win-win. I got a
Mm.
gift from
Nice.
Zoom.
Yeah, you got an upgrade, so now it can go as long as you want.
Yeah, man. I don't. We didn't talk about how long we wanted to make this, but I just really wanted to give you a platform, to kind of
Mm.
open up about your stuff if you wanted to. and sell the music. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be sprinkling some of your tunes, past and sort of throughout the final production. Let's give
Nice.
our listeners a taste. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, man, I know you're just starting your day, so I don't want to keep
Yeah.
you
I
too
mean, do you
long.
have any more questions or anything that you were kind of wanting to talk about before
No,
we?
I mean, I could just kick back a lot of really good memories. I remember watching you on an early, watching a Spurs game live and
Oh
watching
yeah.
you guys react to hearing your song being played on the loudspeaker and just sharing
Yeah.
that joy. We're
Yeah.
all in
Yeah.
our living rooms like,
Yeah.
look, they're excited. It is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Run River North on the Spurs
Yeah.
game. This is great. It's really
Yeah.
cool. I just feel like I've been there for you guys whole career, and it's just really when I found out that you were doing this independently, I really wanted to talk to you.
Hmm.
Just knowing that it never looked that way. I know you guys
Oh
had
yeah.
record backing, but I know that this
Yeah.
was all you. This is kind of a DIY situation, your orchestration and stuff. So
Yeah.
that just really fascinated me, man. I'm impressed. Everything you guys have put out to me is top notch quality. So
Thank you. Yeah. I think we have a lot of good friends that help us out. And I think just even within the band, Daniel, Sally, and I wear a lot of different hats. And I think to be just a pure artist, it's just you can't survive like that, and you have to, yeah, to figure other ways to express yourself. Um, and yeah. Um, I think our experiences and our past lives kind of help to kind of support what we've been doing. And to be honest, too, it's like a lot of people, like oddly at our church, we just have a the percentage of creatives in our church is really high, and we don't have a lot of accountants, and we have a bunch of people that know how to create things, uh, and that's kind of helped spur on a lot of the creativity in terms of what we've been able to do. So,
hmm
like, yeah, the artwork is done by Sally's cousin, and a lot of the music that we can draw from and the production is from a lot of our church friends. So,
hmm
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen you guys just kind of posted up in a studio. Is that a friend's studio you guys have access to, or are these
Which,
sessions that you're paying for? Like when you were recording the sad takes, I noticed a lot of the live videos during like the
uh,
mixing section and stuff like that.
oh, oh,
Um,
let me think. A lot of the sad takes, honestly, Daniel mixed um, by himself
hmm
on his computer at home. But some of the studio places that we have is Miro. He mixed Spiders, and he that studio is nearby. It's in the Valley, North Hollywood, and um, yeah, I think in order to get that, we sometimes pay for like just an hourly rate,
hmm
um, or also Daniel does some mixing and help, like recording violins or his capabilities, kind of like a barter.
Yeah.
That kind of helps us out.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, but I think we're getting to a point where like we just need to do it at home, and I just need
hmm
to get a mic, and then Daniel can do a lot of it by himself, and it doesn't require. It's again why we don't need a label, because the label would be helping front the bill for like a producer in a studio, and nowadays it's like, everyone, no one really can tell that like this my vocal take was done on a phone,
Yeah.
and instead of like a $20,000 mic that
Yeah.
we didn't need. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you guys have a like a link on your website for maybe like an Amazon wish list or anything?
Ooh. No. Why? Why do you say?
I've seen certain acts, certain performers have stuff so their fans can sort of help them out. Like you would create a wish list on Amazon, get an embed and put it on your website, and people can go straight to that and buy stuff off of it that just gets shipped to y'all's addresses, but your fans can buy it for you. So if you're looking to, upgrade mics or whatever, somebody out there might just spring for it,
That's a great idea. I mean, we're slowly getting into the whole Patreon thing, and that's been a lot of fun. Where do you know about Patreon?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have one myself. It's slow starting. I mean, I'm creating content. I feel like that's worth the $5 minimum level or whatever it is. So I haven't really pushed it because I don't really feel like I've created the content that's worth that yet. I'm getting there. And I bet you guys already have some stuff that you could play with,
Yeah, I think so we've been trying to we've figured it out where, like, since we're gonna come out with songs like every month, that's part of the package of what we can get. We have a lot of old demos, and I draw a lot, so we just have a lot of things. And I had thought like the $50 tier level was like a unicorn one. Like, we'll get one or two, but mostly like let's focus on the $5, $10. Half of them happen to be $50 now, and now we have like 40 people on a guest list. Because I was like, okay, we'll give this one a special one. We'll give them free shows to Run River North for a full year. And now we basically have too many people on our guest list, but hopefully not everyone will go to every single show. But basically,
just put that money aside and cop tickets if you can. You can't just up your own numbers with your Patreon support, right?
Yeah, I think
that's
we'll
cool.
do that, and that might be a good way to put the Amazon in. But that's a great idea. I'm gonna talk to the band about that, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it couldn't hurt. Somebody out there loves you guys, and they want to, they want more music from you too. So they'll buy your XLRs or something, something to make life easy.
Something. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's it. Really. I'm excited to kind of push your jams. So I know that the music has a lot of heart and soul in it, and it does a lot of the talking for us here in this situation. So
appreciate that. Yeah.
And I really appreciate you sitting down, Alex, and taking the time to talk with me. It means a lot.
Yeah, man. I apologize for blanking on the other day. It got really crazy. We were doing a kids Zoom show for these preschoolers in Brooklyn, and just to get that, I think I just spaced out. So I apologize.
That's fine. Like I said, I make my own schedule, so if I have to move something around, it gets moved. So it's all good. It's all good. Thanks for getting back to me. But
yeah, absolutely.
Well, tell the rest of the band that we said hello here from Texas, and wishing you guys the best. And
thank you.
Hope everything returns to normal, and see you guys around our area again.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. Thank you so much. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Later, Alex.
Yeah, bye.
Spiders up the wall, up to the ceiling. I can't shake them off, 'cause no one sees them. Why the silly face when the room's so serious? No one's happy and it's never enough. Just the way it is, just the way it is. It's just the way it is for now. Just the way it is, just the way it is. It's just the way it is for now. I'm losing my head, caught up in the pieces don't seem to fit. Don't leave me in the middle of your web, spinning yeses and no. I can't make sense of what you don't even know. Just the way it is, just the way it is. It's just the way it is for now. The way it is, just the way it is, just the way it is. It's just the way it is for now. Just the way it is, just the way it is. It's just the way it is for now.